Alright, how's it going, guys? A little update on my mouse head. Same one as usual. This old Deadmau5 head that you guys just love. Still in great condition, no problem at all. Top shape, solid. Ears intact, no problem whatsoever. Lights still working, switch still working. As you guys can see, autograph. I brought it to Deadmau5's show last month in Montreal, and it was an awesome show, awesome show, and I got him to sign it, so I'm really happy about that. Nothing new on this. What I have new is I made new mouse heads, actually much better ones I find. This was my first, so this was pretty much, you know, a project and a try, right? I didn't really know what I was doing, so this is my first one. So let me show you what I created now. So this is my second attempt of building a mouse head. It's the evil mouse head. The eyes are exactly the same thing, the onion holders, but painted black. No lights, obviously, that's going through those. This one's in different fabric. The other fabric I used was I think it's like a stretchy fabric, and it's very skinny. I don't like it because you can actually see the bumps and the papier-mâché grooves. If you use this is normal fleece, and it's thicker, and it's also stretchy. It's actually very good, and much softer, and you don't see the defaults of the head when you make the papier-mâché. Little different things I did to this one. The ears are number one. Different, and because like on the first video I showed you that I put the ears on first and then I put the fabric over it, and a lot of people are saying, well, why don't you put the ears on after? And you know what, I tried it and it actually worked really well. So basically, instead of using pencils, I used just screws of butterfly bolts. I'm going to show you in a second. I'm unscrewing them right now. Just butterfly bolts like these. You can use any kind of bolt, but these ones are just really easy on the fingers when you screw them in. So as you see, just take out the two bolts and the ear comes off. So this was much easier to put fabric on. The other one has a lot of seams, you just guys don't see it, but there's one in the back, there's one on top of the head, and there's some on the sides. Honestly, there's no perfect way of putting the fabric on without seams. Unfortunately, that sucks. The seams on this one are just here. You can barely see, especially this one's black, but that's the whole point. You really don't want to see them. The thing about this kind of fabric, the fleece, is that it's a little thick, so when you cut it, you want to cut it the same line, as straight as possible. I use an X-Acto knife. It's better than scissors, because scissors, if you pull the fabric too much, you get it like a curve. Cut it with an X-Acto knife slowly until you get that perfect cut. So then when you cut one side, you cut the other. You just want to glue them. Yeah, I put that adhesive spray, right? So I put the fabric on, and then you can always manipulate it because it takes a long time to dry. And then when you're gonna have like a whole bunch, right? You're gonna have a whole bunch, but that's when you cut it. You cut it, and then you're just gonna have two pieces like this, and then you just want to glue them so that they're at the same level, so they're not one sitting on top of the other, but they're right next to each other. You stretch it just there, so then the seam is almost not noticeable. So I have one here and one on the bottom. It's kind of like a straight line going down. And on the other side is exactly the same thing. So you see the ears, perfectly removable. It's better for transportation as well. Easy to put back on, and you just screw it in. Same concept inside. use sponges to hold it on against my head. You see perfectly through the white fabrics that I use. That was on the blue one, it was leggings. On this one, it's just normal like red stretchy fabric. Take any kind of fabric, really, it's stretchy, and when you stretch it to its maximum, and you hot glue gun it to the chicken wire fence that you have underneath, you're gonna see that you can see through. You won't see perfectly, I know. You won't see perfectly, but you still see, you manage to see. But you can't have everything that's perfect, right? So the only difference on this one is that I don't have glowing eyes. I have a glowing mouth. I used basically for this one, right now the ear is floppy because I didn't screw it in. But when it's screwed in, it doesn't flop, just like the other one you see. So this one, I used the LED strip I bought at Walmart in the automobile department. And it's basically an LED strip like this. It comes with about like 16 little LEDs. Easy to wire. Let's put these bolts right fast, quick. You don't want to tighten it too much, because if you tighten it too much, you might rip the glue that's actually holding the bolt in place. Oh yeah, there's another thing I wanted to share with you guys. The way I did the ears is a little different too. Not only that you can take them off, same concept that you have two pieces of cardboard, and you want to glue them like a sandwich. When you put your pencils or your screws in, you want to sandwich them, right? But the way I did the fabric is that I put the fabric over one piece, I put it over it, and on the other piece I put it over too. So then you stretch the fabric so it goes in between. I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. But you want to like have the fabric in, so then they're already fabriced on the outsides, so then you just put like carpenter glue or any kind of normal like white glue, sandwich them, you put a heavy weight on it, let it like stay there for overnight. The next day you're gonna have your ear that's solid, and you're gonna have like a seam going down the whole middle there. It's kind of like a sandwich, but it's the easiest way I find to fabric the ears. That's just my new little trick that I did here. So the mouse head fits well. Like I said, I could see perfectly fine through it. The only thing is that with this one, because the lights are in the mouth, when you turn it on, you really don't see anything. You see maybe 5 inches in front of you because the light reflects off the fabric, right? So I could barely see my hands, but I can see my radio that's right there. So enough about evil Deadmau5. My newest creation, and my favorite so far, is my red one. As you see, the ears are different on every one, right? I take basically a picture of the Deadmau5's head, depending which one I'm going to build, and I try to mimic the exact same ears, right? As close as possible. So same concept, this one has screws in it. You can see here that this one's been sandwiched as well, the ears. And if you notice that the ears also, compared to my first one, the first one, the ears are completely round, right? Like I used the plate to cut it. It's almost the same size as this one. But then a lot of people say, well, they're not perfectly round. And depending each head you're gonna do, I try to mimic the exact same one. Basically, it's the same shape of the plate here, but I just made it a little bit longer, and then I continued with the plate again. So it's just sketching it on a piece of cardboard, making 4 pieces, and then you have the 2 ears perfectly fine. So here, same thing, sponges inside. It's exactly the same thing as the other ones, no different. Show you how it looks on. this one, of course, with the white eyes. Just basically white LEDs I bought for like not that expensive. I bought that at an electronics store and I hooked it up to a 9-volt battery like the other one. Not much different. But this one's really nice. No seam in the back, no seam on the top. Only thing is that there's a seam here, but like you said, you do it well enough, you could barely see it. Same thing here, seam there. That's all I got to show for you guys. Hope you enjoy my collection. I love them. They're all great. Hopefully I'll get these ones signed next time Deadmau5 comes back to Montreal. That's it, man. When I get the time I can answer questions. And I hope that is still helpful for you guys. Take care.